Hello everyone! Today I have something very unique and special to show you. It was my intention to show you this yesterday, but I had some technical issues and, the video got super long and it was causing bandwidth issues and stuff like that because it was taking way too long to upload. So, this is my second attempt to record Halo SPV3, which is a mod, and the SPV stands for single player, so it's single player version 3. It is a single player mod for Halo Combat Evolved on PC. Anyway, please excuse that interruption. So here you go. You basically just launch it, and then it'll create a profile. Now last time, it was just stuck on this screen right here. It says SPV3 single player version 3, it's the low res image, and then it converts to a high res image. And to make sure that you actually see what happened, I'm going to go do Control-Alt-Delete, and then I'm going to click on this again. Hopefully, that'll make it to where you can actually see it. And this is the new main menu. And to show you the settings, just to show you that I'm going to be on max settings, here you go. These are maximum settings. And then my mouse setup, I'm using 7 sensitivity on both. That's actually what I use on the console as well when I'm playing Halo. Anyway, I'm finally glad to be playing some Halo on my YouTube channel, because I originally thought it would never happen, but you know what? Now I have something worthy of being uploaded, Halo related. So what we're going to be playing is the Pillar of Autumn, the first mission. It's mostly pretty similar in layout in the beginning to the original mission, but I'm not going to spoil anything too big, but it gets pretty crazy. And because this is more difficult, I'm going to play on normal. And as you can see, easy difficulty's been removed, so this game is not particularly easy to play. And I'm going to not talk during cutscenes so you can hear the dialogue.
Cortana, all I need to know is, did we lose them?
I think we both know the answer to that.
We made a blind jump. How did they...
Get here first? The Covenant ships have always been faster. As for tracking us all the way from Reach, at light speed my maneuvering options were limited.
We were running dark, yes?
Until we decelerated, no one could have missed the hole we tore in subspace. They were waiting for us on the far side of the planet.
So, where do we stand?
Our fighters are mopping up the last of their recon picket now, nothing serious. But I've isolated approach signatures for multiple CCS-class battle groups. Make it 3 capital ships per group. And in about 90 seconds, they'll be all over us.
Well, that's it then. Bring the ship back up to Combat Alert Alpha. I want everyone at their stations.
Everyone, sir?
Everyone. And Cortana. Let's give our old friends a warm welcome.
I've already begun.
Attention, all combat personnel. Please report to your action stations. This platoon, secure airlocks on deck 11. 14th Platoon rendezvous with 22nd Tactical at Bulkhead Charlie 14.
You heard the lady. Move like you got a purpose.
This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
Once again, it is our job to finish what the flyboys started. We are leaving this ship platoon and engaging the Covenant on solid ground. When we meet the enemy, we will rip their skulls from their spines and toss them away, laughing. Am I right, Marine? Sir, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Damn right I am. Now move it out. Double time.
Attention all personnel. We are re-engaging the enemy. External and internal contact imminent.
All you greenhorns who wanted to see Covenant up close, this is gonna be your lucky day.
Whoa. Sir? Right. Let's thaw him out. Okay. Bringing low-level systems online. Cracking the case in 30 seconds. He's hot! Blowing the pins in 5!
And they're gonna skip the tutorial for this, by the way. You should already know how to play Halo if you downloaded this mod, just saying. If you don't, definitely play the original.
They're trying to get through the door! Security! Intruders and cryo!
Get the hell out of here!
Alpha through Sierra. Sensors show inbound Covenant boarding traffic.
By the way, this mod does not make Halo 1 obsolete. I mean, this one has its own place, and so does Halo 1. They're both almost completely different games.
This is suicide, man!
Kill those blast doors! Move! Move!
Last time I played, they actually killed that elite.
Chief, Cortana says get to the bridge, double quick.
The captain needs you on the bridge ASAP!
Hunters.
You better follow me!
And here's the data pad. Jacob Keys, Captain, UNSC Navy, service number 01928-19912-JK. So, that service number thing, that's really important in the books. It's kind of like what let Keys keep his sanity while he was being turned into a proto-grave mind. Which is like a thing that the Flood will turn you into. Anyway, I never thought I'd see the things I have in my life. From the beauty of seeing the stars for the first time to the first time I saw a planet burned to cinders and glass once the Covenant had their way with it. At least we didn't have to witness that fully happen to Reach. But now here we are in unknown space, and we found this ring. Upon our departure from Reach as per the code protocol, I had Cortana plot a random course through slipspace to ensure that no Covenant ships followed us to UNSC population centers. I have a feeling Cortana isn't telling me everything. The chances we found this ring through a random slipspace jump is astronomically unlikely, but she's the only hope we have of ever making it home, let alone survive. So for now, I'll just have to trust her judgment, and if not hers, at least the Chief's. So he's kind of questioning Cortana as to her motives. Like maybe she actually brought them here on purpose. In the original canon, it was a complete accident.
Captain Keys is waiting for us, sir.
Captain Keys.
Good to see you, Master Chief. Things aren't going well. Cortana did her best, but we never really had a chance.
A dozen Covenant superior battleships against a single Halcyon-class cruiser. With those odds, I'm content with 3, maybe 4 kills. Sleep well?
No thanks to your driving, yes.
So you did miss me.
Report.
It must have been one of their boarding parties. I'd guess an antimatter charge.
Ma'am! Fire control for the main cannon is offline!
Captain, the cannon was my last offensive option.
All right, then. I'm initiating Cole Protocol Article 2. We're abandoning the Autumn. That means you too, Cortana.
While you do what? Go down with the ship?
In a manner of speaking. The object we found, I'm gonna try and land the Autumn on it.
With all due respect, sir, this war has enough dead heroes.
I appreciate your concern, Cortana, but it's not up to me. Protocol is clear. Destruction or capture of a shipboard AI is absolutely unacceptable, and that means you're leaving ship. Lock in a selection of emergency landing zones, upload them to my neural lace, and then sort yourself for a heart transfer.
Aye, aye, sir.
Which is where you come in, Chief. Get Cortana off this ship. Keep her safe from the enemy. If they capture her, they'll learn everything. Force deployment, weapons research. Earth.
I understand.
The Autumn will continue evasive maneuvers until you initiate a landing sequence. Not that you'll listen, but I'd suggest letting my subroutines handle the final approach.
Excellent work, Cortana. Thank you. Are you ready?
Yank me.
Good luck, Master Chief.
Your architecture isn't much different from the Autumn's.
Don't get any funny ideas.
I don't keep it loaded, son. You'll have to find ammo as you go.
It's dangerous to go alone. Here's an unloaded pistol.
Those Marines could use some help, Chief. Do what you do best.
Oh, and yes, the assault rifle has a zoom feature now.
Keep your head down. There's two of us in here now, remember?
And now I'm about to die. Oh yes, and the pistol still has the zoom. Hold on, I'm gonna pick up that SMG in a second. Anyway, I'm gonna take this SMG. And yes, they added the SMG. This was not in the original game. And the assault rifle in the original game had 60 rounds instead of 32 and a much higher fire rate. Now, as you've noticed, the longer you hold down the trigger, the faster the fire rate
Orders have
gets.
reached the fire control center.
Anyway, just making sure he's dead. Here's how you make double sure he's dead, though. Oh, and also, you may have noticed that the fire rate for the Magnum's been increased, and it has different reload animations slightly. So, if you empty the mag, you can actually see the slide go back. And then if you go like this, it's normal. Now, that's not the case for all weapons. Not all of them have two different reload animations, as you've seen with the assault rifle.
Did something just hit us? Move in! Back to
Now you've seen the SMG reload.
They're using our lifeboat airlocks to attach their boarding craft.
One thing I
Go out
gotta
and
do
they
though
come
is I'm gonna oh, okay. Maybe if I do this. Ah, there we go. Alright, I'm going to change that to see if it will fix the cinematics, because the cinematics were just a little bit off. So I'm going to see if that can actually help it. Anyway, there we go. And we'll see if it's better.
Wait.
And if it's not, I'll change it back. Now these gravity terminals are pretty interesting.
Offline, but it's taken a lot of damage. Should be able to bash it open with the butt of the weapon.
Now if these gravity terminals aren't maintained, you can actually lose gravity in the Pillar of Autumn. It's really cool. And this is visor mode from Halo 3 ODST. That's one of the armor abilities you can get. It's pretty cool. Alright. So now we go on to the next area. Oh, he's an SMG. Or had one. He's dead now. And as you can see, they have different kinds of blood textures. So if you do that, you get a more pooling effect. In a way. Just gonna pick up the ammo right there. Because ammo can get scarce in some parts. Not so much on the Pillar of Autumn, but on later levels. So just a little tip. Here's a new thing that you can do with the grunts, by the way. Their methane tanks can actually be popped open. It's pretty cool. There we go. Ooh, Covenant data pad. I didn't actually see this last time. Noga Morame, CAS Seeker of Truth, Sangili Major Domino. It is one thing to be stuck in this cramped, smelly human ship. It is another thing to be ordered to fight alongside these brutes. They have no honor and their combat tactics are simplistic, though brutally effective. Not dissimilar to the humans they rush headfirst into battle. With their antique weapons and primitive explosives, the commander seems to be indifferent to them. He says we are all on the path to the great journey and salvation foretold by the hierarchs. But despite what he says, I can tell these beasts make him uneasy. It is the hierarchs' command that they be given a more prominent role in combat, an unheard of order that could tear our covenant asunder if they are to intrude on our role of leaders of war. Yet they say it is a religious matter, and that all must be allowed to partake in the glory of combat and sacrifice in order to be worthy of the great journey. But what should I care? The more that enter combat and die, the better for us. I, for one, am content with letting these creatures destroy each other, long as it is we Sangili who sees the glory which is rightfully ours. So, if you don't know what Sangili is, It's the alien name for these guys, the elites. So that's kind of an interesting armor design. It looks kind of Halo 3-ish. Right there. And then the other ones kind of look a little different. Like, actually that one still looks kind of Halo 3-ish. It's like a combination between Halo 2 and 3. And then Master Chief's armor is kind of a combination of all of them. Like, his shoulders are like inspired by EOD. His helmet's general shape is inspired by Mark V and 4. But the how do I explain it? The visor, yeah, the visor is inspired more by Mark 6. So I like how they're mixing the different Halo games, like the different inspirations of the armors. Now, this SMG does not have a zoom feature, so not all of the weapons do. Here's in their data pad. Jacob Keyes, Captain, UNSC Navy, service number 01928-199-12-JK. I wonder what the Chief thinks of who he is. Not the Master Chief as he is now, but rather the boy I knew as John. That was his name. I wonder sometimes if I had known what would have come of those children if I had still helped, still stayed silent. I've heard some describe Catherine as a monster for what she did to those children, but she loved them all. She cared. She did it for what was at the time the greater good, and in the end her ugly gamble may be all that stands between us and extinction. Whoever that kid would have become, he's now for all purposes dead. He's the Master Chief now, and he still may be the sole person who can save us all, but all those other children, the ones we had to leave behind that were burned alive as the Covenant glassed the planet, forget about what I must be feeling. I don't know how the Chief can keep it together. They're all gone. The only family he's ever had. Worst of all, he sent them down there. They died following his orders. I've faced the same reality countless times, but when I lead my ship into combat and certain death, I expect to die too. I hope I never have to feel the guilt of leading people to their death while I survive. But I do feel guilty, because I too followed orders, and because of that, someone I love is now dead. I let Catherine stay down there, and I didn't have to. Huh. Ooh, look. Drinks and stuff. So, they're kind of like developing like, I guess a little like, how do I explain it? Kind of like having Catherine as like a love interest to Keyes, which was never in the books, but it is an interesting idea, I will say.
Covenant, on the landing above us.
Oh, also if you zoom in with the battle rifle, this is a feature from Halo 2 Beta, it'll go into single shot mode. Gotta wait for my shields to regen. Oh wait, there's an auto turret. So the brutes have, quote, outdated weapons. Like this brute plasma rifle. So it starts off a little slower, but I think it does more damage. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go back really quick to get that health thing, to show you how it works. So you just press kind of a... Oh wait, I guess it's more of a passive armor ability. And it just does it over time, maybe? How does this work? Skulls and info. No? Okay, well, you can also they added saving now, so you can kind of save at any point. That's pretty useful. And you use that if you're gonna do a continue game. Oh, they also added the brute shot, which is pretty cool. But anyway, I'll probably show that a little later, because right now, for my current situation, these two weapons are perfect. Anyway, so now there's two new weapons so far that I've showed you. Well, there's also the brute shot and the... Yeah, so there's tons of new weapons actually. And there's even more. This is just barely scratching the surface. Just making sure that I don't miss anything here. Alright, and there you go. Alright, I'm gonna save in this part because last time I went to this part the game crashed. So... Eesh. That would be bad.
Prepare to abandon ship. Combat teams, repel borders until ops personnel are away. Good luck. You got it.
The life pods are launching. We should hurry.
There's the life pods.
The Covenant are destroying the life pods. They really don't want us on that ring. Warning, blast doors closing. We have to use the ship's maintenance access ways. Follow the nav point. It will lead you to an opening.
So I don't know if it's just me, but I think these elites, the Spec Ops ones, which he's using an assault head, which is an interesting choice, and I think it actually fits quite well. I have a theory about the elites. I think that they sacrifice some of their shield power to power their invisibility. So, that's why they're weaker, and they always have been weaker in all the other Halo games, especially Halo 2. The invisible elites, they're always weaker. They have like less shield strength because I think that they're sacrificing some of their armor power to be invisible, and it kind of balances them. But the Arbiter, on the other hand, has a limited time, but he still has full shield strength. So maybe Arbiter's version is more of a early prototype version and the Covenant at the time when they made it was more focused on shield strength. Just a little thought. And this is why I kept visor mode, so I could see it better in this part.
Detecting Covenant movement outside the access ways.
Yes, Covenant movement. Whatever will we do about the Covenant movement? Oh wait, I went the wrong way. This part's slightly better lit than the old version. They didn't have these emergency lights. That's pretty nice. But still better to have this visor. Ooh, there's brutes outside.
Right on top of us. Let's find another way through.
Ooh, he has a shredder. I need that. Oh wait, these elites don't have any shields at all. Okay, anyway, time to show you one of my favorite weapons in this mod. Okay. It's called the Shredder. It's like the brute version of the Needler. It's super cool. And, yes, there's more ammo. It has tons of shots, okay. So, number one, when you switch to it, it does that, which is cool. Like, every time. It looks really awesome. Wait, why didn't that brute kill that guy? Got him.
The Covenant wanted to catch you napping.
So this is a gravity terminal. So this guy died, gravity would shut off in this sector, which it already is slightly on lower gravity. Yeah, I need to get up close for the shredder to work better. Ooh, I stuck him.
Ask yourself this question. Is what I'm doing right now helping Cortana from blowing into tiny, tiny bits?
I think that's a removed line from one of the other games. It's pretty funny. Anyway, I'm gonna have to probably end this really soon, like probably after I read this, because I'm gonna be trying to do shorter videos now, and break them up into multiple parts instead. Anyway, it is a great honor to have been named as Osuna by the Hierarchs. It is not the first time I have been bestowed this rank, as I was granted it first to infiltrate the communications complex on their military stronghold world. It was there I personally observed the humans' demons. The rest of my brothers fell that day to them. But as Osuna, it is my goal to gather intelligence, robbing me of such glorious death. In addition to the standard procedure to record the interior of their ships for future use and the capture of their AI in hopes of extracting valuable intelligence, I've also been ordered to capture their leaders. We must know how they found the holy relic. Surely it was not by accident. The location of their homeworld is all but irrelevant. We will find it like we found our stronghold world, and when we do, we will leave it a melted sphere of glass, just like the rest of their planets. Then and only then shall we begin the journey. Isna no Soleil. Okay, this guy was actually in the book, Halo the Flood. You should definitely read that. It gives you some better background info on Halo 1. And it's really well written. It's by Eric Nyland. And there's other Halo books by him that are pretty good too. I wonder if this will help me see invisible leads better.
The damage to the superstructure is extensive. I don't know how much more abuse the Autumn can take.
Alright. Another injured Marine. Oh my goodness, this guy's pretty injured looking. Now you know why I love the Shredder so much. So this is the part of the mission where things get different, and I'm going to save that for next time. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and of course, I'll see you in the next one. Like if you enjoyed, and I will post part 2.